Hello everyone, it's Ryukin here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over Itto's weapons and what weapons I think would suit him personally the best. You guys have been really asking for it in the comment section of my last video, so I decided to go ahead and cater towards you guys. Now this is my personal opinion at the end of the day, so take it with a huge grain of salt. Another thing to mention is I didn't run any math on these weapons or anything of the sort. It's just what I think would work well with him based off what we currently have going for us in the game. Lastly, if you guys like this content that I'm putting out, feel free to show me by interacting with the video, such as likes, subscribes, and comments. I won't know that you guys enjoy this content unless you guys personally tell me or show me that you guys enjoy the content. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's talk about White Blind. This is going to be your go-to free-to-play and 4-star weapon, mainly because its main stat is defense, as well as it's not easy, but you'll be able to R5 it eventually one day. This will be probably the best 4-star weapon that's free to play on Itto. Everyone should be using this weapon over Prototype Archaic, over most of the free-to-play weapons. Now let's talk about the Luxurious Sea Lord. Now a lot of you might be thinking this weapon will be really good on Itto, allowing his burst to do some extra damage. However, this weapon won't actually work on Itto, in my opinion. So hear me out real quick. Zhao and OL players know that the Noblesse Oblige set doesn't work with them because they're not compatible. I fully expect Itto to not be compatible with this weapon just because of how the other characters are handled. For Noelle, the Noblesse Oblige set only works on the first 2 hits of her burst. The burst like half, and I don't even think it works at all with Zhao's burst. So a lot of people are going to be expecting this weapon to be really good on Itto. However, I don't think it's going to work. Next up is the Inazuma Craftable weapon, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce. However, it gets an A+ in style points, but essentially it's useless on Itto. I wouldn't recommend this weapon for Itto. Next up is the Akamaru Claymore from the current banner. It's essentially the same thing as the fish. It's not good on Itto. It's actually worse on Itto than the fish because Geo characters typically have lower cost burst, and this weapon you need higher cost burst for increased damage. Next up is Serpent Spine. Now Serpent Spine is Itto's best 4-star Claymore. As long as you're able to maintain the passive, which you should be able to with all the crystallized shields created by the Geo element, you're going to be able to do the maximum damage, and at R5 this weapon is actually going to beat out Itto's signature Claymore, which we'll talk about later on in the video. There's one thing to take into mind with all this corrosion going on. You are going to be losing a stack every so often, a stack or two. So just, I don't know what to tell you about that, but as long as you can play around the passive, you'll be doing more. It'll take more damage, but it shouldn't matter too much since you have crystallization shields to protect you for the most part. Another thing to take into consideration whenever using the Serpent Spine on Itto is Itto already assists with crit rate. This weapon gives crit rate, so with the 24 from Itto and then I think 25 whenever this weapon's fully leveled up, you're sitting at around 49 crit rate. And you also get, yeah, you're sitting at around 49 crit rate, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. So you'll be mainly looking for crit damage, energy recharge, and defense stats on your artifacts with this. You're actually going to want to avoid crit rate to not overcap, or not too much crit rate for the main part. Now let's go ahead and move on to the 5-star Claymores. So for the 5-star Claymores, Itto's best and sought Claymore, and his best Claymore is going to be the Claymore that comes out tailor-made to him. This Claymore is essentially a staff, a Homa for defense. And I find the weapon to be very versatile, so if you end up liking it on Itto, you can also move it around to be on Zhenyan, Noelle, as well as Diluc, because it does give crit damage and Diluc scales with crit rate as well as Itto. So this weapon is going to be perfect for Itto. If you have the currency to go ahead and pull this weapon, I would recommend pulling it. However, for people who are very wary about the weapon banner, I wouldn't recommend summoning on the weapon banner and just sticking to your White Blind or the Battle Pass weapon. Now for the rest of the weapons, I believe you should put them in this order. The Unforged being his second best Claymore, Wolf Gravestone, Skyward Pride, and then Song of Broken Pines. The reason why I say the Unforged is his second best Claymore is because he's always playing around the shield, whether it be Zhongli's shield for Geo Renaissance or the Geo shield from the crystallization reaction. Next is the Wolf's Gravestone. Wolf's Gravestone is just going to be a huge attack buff to the party, as well as Itto himself. He doesn't scale with attack, but you'll at least be able to buff the attack of your party members with the Wolfish Tracker passive. Next we have Skyward Pride. Skyward Pride is going to be a really good weapon, in my opinion. It's probably going to be slept on because it's just, Skyward Pride is always slept on. But Itto has an 80 cost burst, and this is giving you energy recharge back as the sub-stat, as well as making it so you increase your damage by a small margin, 8% at R1. And whenever you use your ult, you're going to get these vacuum blades. So whenever you're raging around in Oni mode, you're going to be able to hit with a couple extra blades of physical damage, which will be pretty nice. Lastly, we have the Song of Broken Pines. Now I don't have this weapon. However, it has a very high base attack, so it should be pretty good on Itto, as well as it increases your attack speed. So we're gonna go ahead and put that one onto the last slot because it does scale with physical damage. I'm not sure how useful that will be on Itto, so I'm putting it there just because I don't know its potential. Alright, so that's it for the Itto weapon guide. I appreciate you guys sticking around to the end of the video. It really does mean a lot when you guys choose to support me. So I appreciate you is what I'm trying to get out. That's going to be it for me. If you guys like the content, feel free to subscribe, like, all the good stuff. Comment if you'd like to. That's going to be it for me in this video though. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.